Hey there folks, this is GreenXI, welcoming you to the Green Vlog. Today is the 10th of October 2015. Oh, Halloween's nearly upon us, and that's why I got my jumper out. Even though I wear it all year round, it's sort of Halloween-y jumper. It's a giant ghost monster thing that loves and protects his city, and it feels really comfortable. Still, I think it represents peace, tranquility, and protectiveness, and that's why I like this jumper. And I like the art as well. Anyway, I just came back from Tesco's because my mother forgot to buy something when she was shopping. I don't ask for much to be bought, but I asked for one thing. So I went up to Tesco's and got some Marwan sour stripes. And I love them so much. I only found out about them like a couple of months ago. It says new, but they've been up for ages. They're not new at all. So they're probably not selling now well, which is sad. At least they still got the new label on them even now. But they're really good. Different flavours and they're really sharp. And that's why I like in sweets, sharpness. They're only £1 too. Just like Haribo, just £1 for a bag. And they last you for ages. So they last most people for ages. And other than that, I've been doing quite a bit lately because I haven't recorded one of these for a while. Quite a bit. The main thing I want to talk about, because someone was interested in the comments, is Bravely Default. This is a 3DS game that uses all the 3DS features quite a bit. Like in the opening cutscene, you have to use your AVR card that comes with it. It's on the instructions manual. If you're getting a second hand, you can't watch a bit of the opening cutscene, but you can watch like the CGI one, so it all explains it now. You have to scan that. Do it from here, I wonder if you can. Can you scan to the screen? I'm not sure. You scan that and you have a little character and she bobs about and gets in trouble, and that's the start of the game. And it's amazing. I've only played the prologue and the first chapter and a bit of the second chapter, but I am in love with it so much. It's taken me 18 hours to get this far, which I think is quite a lot because my mate is playing along with me and he only took like 2 hours doing the prologue, whereas I took 8. The level grinding is so much fun. I should probably explain what it is though. It's a typical JRPG, old-fashioned style, where you put in commands, you have random encounters. But if you don't like random encounters, you can turn them off. So, you know, you don't have to have them at all if you're going through a dungeon, a rough patch where everyone's poisoned, you haven't got any MP left, and, you know, turn the encounters off and you can escape from the dungeon really easily. Or you can turn it way up to double the amount of encounters, and it's like every couple of steps, and that's good for level grinding. So, and that's what I've been doing. Also, in battles you can fast forward a couple of times or stop it. I'm pretty sure I spoke about this before tonight in another vlog, but it's really good. Really, really good. The characters are a little bit stereotyped, where the main female character is really frail and fragile, sort of like Yuna. And the main male one, Tiz, is really heroic and really wants to protect Agnes, the main female. Then there's the third character, Ringabel, who's forgotten his name, he's got amnesia, as there's got to be one character in every JRPG who has that. And he is the ladies' man. All he ever talks about is bloody women. Literally every sentence that spews out of his mouth. I could do with a woman right now. And then the last one is... oh my god, what's her name? Edith? Then Edith. That's so stupid. Lydia? No, then Lydia. But I can't remember. It's just on the back. I should remember, because I do like the party members. Anyway. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. It's her in a picture. And she is the robust female of the party who likes fighting and shouting and, you know, that sort of character. So, it's got a good cast. Really get along well, they do. It's got party chats, sort of like the Tales of games, where you have skits in Tales, you have party chat in this. They sort of talk to each other, gives you some more insight into their characters. And you wander around the world map and you try and free the crystals. If you like Final Fantasy V, you'll love this because the job system is exactly the same, except this has even more customization because you can have a couple of abilities from other jobs instead of just the one. So it encourages you to try out all the different jobs with each other characters and see where you look best. Like right now, my party, I hope this isn't spoilers, there's gonna be a couple of jobs coming up. Right now my party is a monk, you get to start, a white mage you get to start, black mage you get just after them, and a sword mage, but I don't think it's called that, which I just got from a side quest, because you do side quests and you get extra jobs, which is really nice. I'd also like to incorporate a time mage somehow, but I'm not sure how, because my black mage and white mage both do the opposing things as well. They both like red mages, and I like that, but I would like to have one of them as a time mage as well. So would it be better to have a white mage that uses time magic, or a black mage that uses time magic, but then I'd lose a bit of white magic? I think it would be better to have a white mage who uses time magic, so she could be fully supporting. I'm not sure. What do you reckon? What would you do? Would you go for more damage, more varied damage, or would you go for pure supportive with the white mage? So yeah, I've been playing that. Chapter 2 has started really hard compared to the first one. The first dungeon of Chapter 2 is like a poisonous forest, and oh my god, the enemies all do poison, and I've tried to equip like anti-poison amulets, but then that lowers the stats because you can't put like strength boosting stuff on and all that sort of stuff. But it's amazing. I promise you, if you like classic JRPGs, you will love this. The script is so well thought out, and it shows that Square Enix can still produce a great game, even though it's apparently not Square Enix who purely produced it, they just like advertising it. It was Silicon Knights or something like that. Although they name it on the cover, Silicon Knight. That is shocking, considering they made the game. Ha! I like it. Apparently there's a game coming out for 3DS called Legend of Legacy. It's supposed to be a much inferior version of Bravely Default. They've copied a lot of the chibi styles, copied a lot of the stuff to do with the game. But I won't be bothering with it anyway, because I like my Bravely Default, and Bravely Second is coming out. I don't think it's too far off. I think it's soon. I don't know when. But I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, what else have I been doing? That's quite a lot of talking about one game. I've also been... Oh yeah, remember in the unboxing I showed that I got the PS4 controller? I just want to say, it's incredible. It's got all the quality of a Sony controller that you can expect. And I thought it would be dull grey. You know, it's not one of my favourite colours. But it does, it looks exactly like a PS1 controller, just with the touchpad in the middle, and it lights up on the side, so it doesn't look as monotonous as just grey. It does have the different colours coming out of the light today. So, it's all good. I was just a bit disappointed that it didn't come with a USB charger. Like, you pay quite a bit for controllers nowadays. They're quite expensive compared to what they used to be. So, I was surprised it didn't come with a USB charger. Luckily I had one anyway, but it isn't. Just strange. You have to buy one it's not going to be your first controller, is it? You would have had one with the console, so it's not going to be too much of a bother, I wouldn't think, for most people. But, you know, it's strange. It is strange. What else have I been doing? Bloody hell. Oh, I've been watching Steins Gate, this anime on Netflix. I'm about halfway through. It is slow, but for some reason that doesn't bother me like most slow anime. The characters are so interesting to watch, and the fact that it's a time travel anime by these amateurs. I don't know how far to go into the story in case of spoilers for people, but I'll just say that there's a reason why they have to rush into the time travel, even though they don't know if they're gonna die for time travelling, because most things they've tried so far have turned into like a green goopy thing, when teleporting at least. So they have to rush into it and try it, risking their lives. And that's about all I can say. But he keeps on doing it and doing it and doing it again, for a certain reason. And right now, he's bloody devastated with himself that he can't sort the problem out. It's incredible. If you like slow anime, or even if you don't, it's worth a try. I think it's one of those animes, just like Attack on Titan, that even non-anime fans might enjoy. So, give it a go. I really recommend it. And I'm gonna keep watching it. I don't know, I'm a bit slower at watching anime lately, so I'll get to the end of it by the next vlog, I'm sure, and I'll give you my thoughts on it if I remember. Yeah, that's that. I've also been playing... Oh yeah, what games have I been playing other than Bravely Default? I've been playing Until Dawn. I think I've told a little bit about, I'm not sure. But Until Dawn, you've probably heard about this a million times from everyone on YouTube, from everyone everywhere in the world. It's like, it reminds me a lot of a mixture between Heavy Rain and your stereotypical American horror film. It's a mixture of the QTEs, and you do walk around more. There's probably a little bit more gameplay to Until Dawn than there was in Heavy Rain. There's a bit more interaction with the actual playing of the game, like making the characters walk around and inspect things and stuff. There's a lot more of that going on, I think. And you just never know when the character's going to die. And that's what excited me the most while playing through. I got to the end, and 2 people survived. I was gutted, because it would have been 4 if I hadn't been stupid enough to make one bad decision at the end. To do with a light switch, if you wanted to know. So, 2 people survived. The bitch, Emily, I got to survive. And she's just as bitchy in the ending cinematics and stuff. She haven't changed throughout the whole situation. And the other one was Sam, who survived, who was my favourite, so I'm glad of that. I was surprised to find that she was actually in Heroes, one of my favourite shows. I was watching the special features that come with the game, and it was the interviews of each of the teenagers, and it was her. I knew it looked like her, but I wasn't sure if it was her or not. So I was very intrigued by that. I like her as an actress. That's about all I can say about it, really. I've gone back and got a couple of other trophies. Like, I went back for the trophy where you kill off every character, and I loved that one. That was amazing, seeing the last couple of deaths. And I went back and got the trophy for shooting someone. And now I just need to get the odd trophies for the predicaments where there's Ashley and Chris, the geeky lovers, you know. I gotta get a couple of trophies to do with them. And then I have to go through, collecting everything, and saving everyone in one run. Hopefully in one run, that's what I'm aiming for. So I just got one more run through to go, and that'll be that done. It's good. It's really good. I don't know how much more I'm going to play it once I platted it. That's the only problem I got. It's not the sort of thing you can keep playing, even though there's different endings and stuff. The different endings aren't that different from each other. If you've saved everyone, then you've seen every ending, basically, pretty much. Other than that, as well, I have been playing Final Fantasy X Time 2, as you probably know if you've been following the channel. And I gotta say, I love it so much. I made sure to wait until the bugs were fixed. There were 2 major bugs with the game until the patch came out. It took a while to get a patch out. One of them was that every time you had a battle, the music would start again for that environment. So you'd probably never hear the whole song in that area unless you stood still for ages and listened to it. The other bug, and that would have pissed me off no end. The other bug was, what was it? The random encounters. They wasn't so random after all. The RNG was set, they wasn't random. So every time you did a certain action in a battle, the enemy would respond with the same action every time to you. But that's been patched, and now it's completely random, so they don't respond to what you do as much. I don't know, I suppose some people would like the random, wouldn't they? But not me. I mean, some people would like the set stuff. It would make it easier to get through the game for them and stuff like that, but not me. I just like randomness from games. I don't want things to be the same every time. And so far, the PS4 editions are really nice, even if they are minor. Like in the options or the config menu, you can change the music from the rearranged stuff to the original music from the PS2 version whenever you want. You don't have to save, you don't have to go out to the game and back in. You can just do it whenever you want, and that's amazing. I showed that off in episode, I think it was episode 4 of the Let's Play, when you get to Besaid Village. Yeah, 4. Yeah, that's the one. I showed that off when you get to the village there. Even though the Besaid Village music is much better with the rearranged version. In my opinion, I love the acousticness of it. And the other change that I've seen, there's only 2 changes I've seen except for the graphics, and that is, when you go into the sphere, you can zoom in and out using the touchpad. That touchpad, I don't know if it's called a touchpad, it looks like a touchpad. But that's tiny and something I'll never use, probably, but it's there. There might be 1 or 2 other changes, I don't know. There we go. That's everything I have to say about Final Fantasy X, and I love it so much, just as much as I always used to. That's the thing with some Final Fantasy games. 7 to 10 I can always like as much as I used to when I was little. Otherwise, trying to think. Oh yeah, what have I been reading? Rose Madder, I've been reading. It's a Stephen King book, but this time it's not so much a horror, at least it hasn't been so far. It's more like a domestic abuse story, but the victim escapes from her husband at the very start of the book. And it's how she builds a new life for herself. I'm about a quarter of the way through. She builds a new life for herself, and everything seems so happy. She is so happy. But in the background, every now and again, you go to the husband, the abuser's eyes, his forefront, and you see that he is catching up with her. And right now, he's in the same city as her, and he actually walked past the same cafe when she was sat in there, and he has turned into a killer. Yeah, he's turned out to be like a killer, and I think if he catches her, she's dead, so it's getting a bit tense. On the other side of the story, there is a bit of the usual supernatural stuff going on. You don't know if she's going nuts or if it is supernatural, but she bought this painting when she moved to her new house, and it's called Rose Madder. That's the name of the book. And things that are happening in the painting are actually happening in real life now. They're starting to happen. Like in the painting, there are crickets and these certain types of flowers and stuff. And she woke up one night to find that there's like a crap load of crickets popping around her new house. And she knife opened the back of the painting, like not the actual painting, but the surrounding of it, and there were dead crickets inside and certain flowers that were in the painting. And now she doesn't know if the artist just put the stuff in there, but how's there a live cricket in there, because there was one or two, or if the painting is magical and she's just going nuts. She can't quite decide. So it's a good book, it's just a bit drawn out. Everything is explained about 20 times before moving on to the next bit. And that's what Stephen King does a lot. I love his books, I love his imagination, but he can draw things out a bit too much with the thicker books. I find there's only a couple of the thicker books that he doesn't do that with so much, and that's It and The Stand. Things go at a really good pace in those two. So. I've also been reading a bit of manga on my Kindle, because God knows if you keep reading manga in physical form, you're just not going to have room to keep it all, to store it all. There's so many volumes. And I've been reading the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga, because I finished the original ones, and the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga followed the anime to the dot until the end of that one tournament where they're up on a blimp and, you know, they do all that Egyptian stuff going on. That ends there. It doesn't have the rest of the arcs from the anime. And the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX does some things differently from the anime. It goes completely differently. Same characters, but different stories. It's only 9 volumes, so it's not too bad. I'm about 4 or 5 volumes in. And it's just about a tournament, really, with a couple of new villains and stuff. And the fact they did it differently, in one way I like, because you get some fresh new duos and monsters and all that crap. But at the same time, I would have liked them to stay the same, because I like the anime so much. At least the first arc. I like the first arc of the anime so much. So. I know this is kids stuff, by the way. I do know they're for kids. But it's just nostalgia as much as anything else, you know. So that's that. And I think that's all I really want to talk about today. God knows there's a long enough vlog once again. So I don't think I can stop myself from talking. It's quite sad. So this has been Greeny XI. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. I'll see you again. Well, there'll be more Final Fantasy on the go, and there'll probably be another vlog near Halloween, because there are a couple of games that I'm really looking forward to. So I'd like to talk about those. 2 of which are coming out soon. No, I don't want to make this any longer, but 2 of which are coming out soon, and 1 at the end of October. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you again in a bit, folks.